morning, my friends. Hello. I am coming to you right now from deep in the Pigsa National Forest in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm right near the French Broad River. And if I'm very quiet, I'm not sure if my mic will pick it up, but you might be able to hear the river going shh right behind me. So here, I'm gonna move the camera so y'all can see. Here I am. Maybe a little bit in the background you can see the Blue Ridge Mountains a little. But because I am so deep in the woods, I am pre-recording this for you just because I don't think my internet connection is going to be good enough to be able to do live streaming. So I am recording this Saturday morning. So this is not long before you guys are all going to get to see this. But it would have been very smart if I had brought books with me about the woods and maybe hiking or something, but I somehow did not have that foresight. So we're doing different stories today. But I did bring my travel ukulele, my purple travel ukulele, and we can still sing our hello song. So we're going to start with our hello song, my friends. Remember, we do 3 motions with our hello song. We're going to blow kisses in the air, we're going to high five in the air, and we're going to stomp our feet really, really loud. Okay, ready? Let's take a big deep breath. Hello, my friends, I'm glad we're here together. Even though, my friends, I know we're far apart. You know, my friends, that this won't last forever. Even though I know that it feels hard, but one day soon we'll go outside together. But until that day, I'll find new ways to show you that I care. Until that day, I'll blow kisses in the air. Until that day, I'll blow kisses in the air. Until that day, I'll blow kisses in the air. And send them off to find you all, to tell you that I love you. But sometimes you don't want to kiss, and that's okay. You shouldn't get a kiss if you don't want to kiss. And that is where high fives come in, because that's still a great way to show someone you care, even if you don't want to kiss. Ready? Until that day, high five in the air. High five until that day, high five in the air. High five until that day, high five in the air. High five, and send it off to find you all, to tell you that I love you. But sometimes you don't want to kiss and you don't want to high five and you want to keep your body to yourself, and that's okay, because it's your body, it's your choice. You shouldn't have to touch someone else if you don't want to. So that is where the foot stomps come in, because another way to show someone you care if you want to keep your body to yourself is just send them a noise. And sometimes that sounds like saying hello, or I love you, or it can also sound like clapping your hands or stomping your feet. So I'm going to stomp my feet, but you can stomp your feet or clap your hands or make whatever noise you want to. Ready? Until that day, I'll stomp my feet real loud. Until that day, I'll stomp my feet real loud. Stomp, stomp. Until that day, I'll stomp my feet real loud. Stomp, stomp. And send it off to find you all, to tell you that I love you. Yay! Okay. So now we're going to do Wheels on the Bus, but because I'm recording this ahead of time, I can't take your requests to put on the bus. So I'm going to just pick a couple of fun things that we can have, and then next week you can let me know all the stuff you want to put on the bus. Okay? Ready? Let's put our wheels on. Take a big deep breath. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The people on the bus go up and down, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. Let's let's do bears, because where I am right now, there are bears. I haven't seen any yet, but we're going to do the sign for bear. Ready? The bears on the bus go grr, 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 grr. Grr, 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 the bears on the bus go grr, 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 all through the town. Let's see, and I have seen, one critter I have seen are some giant wasps. They're about this big. They're apparently called European wasps. I wish there was one nearby so I could show you, but I don't want to get too close to them. And we can have them go buzz, buzz, buzz. The wasps on the bus go buzz, 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 buzz. The wasps on the bus go buzz, 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 all through the town. And there's a lot of raptor birds, like hawks around here. I've seen some and I can hear them in the sky, so maybe we can have them flap their giant wings while I go do the hawks. The hawks on the bus go flap, 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 flap. The hawks on the bus go flap, 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 all through the town. And I know there are also rattlesnakes around here, and we luckily have not seen any. And if I do see them, hopefully it'll be from a safe distance. But maybe let's have our rattlesnakes go rattle, rattle, rattle. The rattlesnakes on the bus go rattle, 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 rattle. The rattlesnakes on the bus go rattle, 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 all through the town. Okay, ready? Let's put our wheels back on. We're gonna pull away from the bus stop, and we're gonna get on the highway, so we're gonna go really, really fast. Ready? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Yay! Okay, friends, it is time for our first story. So this one is really fun, and it just came out, I think, this week, maybe last week. It's a really nice one. A few weeks ago, you might have seen me read a book called Jabari Jumps. And this is about the same Jabari. It's called Jabari Tries, and it's by Gaia Cornwell. And let's see, it's got a dust jacket. So let's take our dust jacket off and see if there's an exciting cover underneath. Look at that. Oh, I love when there's an exciting cover underneath the dust jacket. Let's see, on the dust jacket, we've got Jabari, and he's wearing a construction outfit, and it looks like maybe something he's building went crash. And then it looks right here like maybe he is drawing out what he plans to build. Let's see. I'm making a flying machine today, Jabari told his dad. Wow, said his dad. Me, said Nika. Maybe does Nika look like she's the flying machine because she's got her butterfly wings on? My machine will fly all the way across the yard, said Jabari. It'll be easy. I don't need any help. Do you think it would be easy or hard to build a flying machine that could go all the way across the yard? Depends on how you do it. Let's see. Jabari built an excellent ramp. He put his flying machine on the ramp. Oh wow, look at that. See that ramp? It's even got a loop-de-loop, and then it'll shoot the flying machine out this end. He put his flying machine at the very top, and then whoosh, around, up it went, and crash. Uh-oh. His machine did not fly. Maybe it's too heavy, Jabari said. Yeah, things need to be light to be able to fly, right? Like how birds have hollow bones so they can lift their bodies up into the air. Me, said Nika. Not now, Nika, said Jabari. I'm concentrating. I need something to make my machine go up. He thought about how inventors have used their creativity and how engineers and scientists work to solve problems. So he's thinking of famous scientists and inventors like Lewis Howard Latimer and Dr. Flossie Wong Stahl and Roy Elela and Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson. So he's getting inspiration from people who have built and created things in the past. Jabari gathered up all his tools. He prepared his space. He sketched and planned. ramp has to be big, Jabari said. Really big. After building and stacking and hammering and sticking, Jabari was ready. Zip, flip, swoosh, around, up. Me, said Nika. No, Nika, no, you'll break it. Smash. Wow. Look at this contraption he built. Oh my goodness. So it starts here, and then it drops down here, and this little seesaw action is going to lift it up and put it in here, and then it'll go through the ramp, up and down. Oh no, but Nika started hammering on this. And it made some of the blocks fall off. Oh, wow. How's Jabari feeling? Oof, really frustrated. Do you have a sibling? Maybe a little sibling who sometimes wants to help you do stuff, but sometimes their help isn't really help. That can be really, really hard. Because for them, they want to be involved in whatever you're doing because you're their big sibling, and that's so cool. But they can't necessarily do all the things you can do. It's hard for my son. He has a 1-year-old sister who always wants to help him build. But her way of helping build is to knock everything down. And that is very frustrating for him. You know, I bet Nika would love to help out, said his dad. Jabari looked at Nika. I don't need any help, he said. What if you thought of her more like a partner, said his dad. Lots of great inventors have had partners. Me, said Nika. We'll try it out, said Jabari. Why do you think Nika keeps saying me? I think maybe she's still very little, so she only has a few words. And me is one of her main words. Maybe we need more power, Nika, said Jabari. The engineers measured and mixed. Me? Said Nika. Jabari handed his partner the stirring tool. Oh, so he's letting her help. Trickle, pour, twist, turn, bubble, pop, fizz. Pow! Oh, do you know what they did? They have vinegar and baking soda. Do you know what happens if you mix baking soda and vinegar together? It goes, and then it erupts. You can make kind of like a little volcano by mixing them together. So they put them together, but they put it into a little jar that has tiny holes on the bottom. So as the pressure builds up from it fizzing together, they got it to push the rocket up into the air a little bit. Wow, that's pretty cool. Bash! But it still wasn't enough power to make it fly across the yard. Nothing is working! Yelled Jabari. Oh my goodness. How's he feeling now? He's looking down, he's kicking his flying machine. He's definitely frustrated, maybe even angry, mad, disappointed. His chest felt tight, and his neck felt like a sunburn. Jabari wanted to cry. Have you ever felt so frustrated you wanted to cry? What do you do when you feel so frustrated that you want to cry? I try to cry because sometimes it helps let the frustration out. And then when you go back, you can feel a little more calm. He took a tiny rest. That's some good self-knowledge. I'm recognizing that he needed to take a break. Hey, said his dad, I see you're really upset. I'm frustrated, said Jabari. It looks like a frustrating problem, said his dad. When I'm frustrated, I gather up all my patience. I take a deep breath and blow away the mixed feelings inside. And then you try again? Asked Jabari. And then I try again, said his dad. Jabari gathered up all his patience. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. And he blew away all his muddy feelings. He felt his body calm down. He felt his brain starting to work better. Nika squeezed his hand. Let's try again, said Jabari. They make a good team together, don't they? The partners thought and thought together. Me, said Nika. That's it, Nika, said Jabari. Maybe we need better wings. They cut and glued and shaped and tied. Tinker, twist, snap, snip. Nika found the launch spot. Jabari held the flying machine up, pulled back, and you think it's gonna work? Whoosh! Up! Whee! Said Nika. Flying. Wow! It worked. Look, do you see that? They took their flying machine, but they added extra big wings. You did it, said his dad. We did it, said Jabari. It went all the way across the yard. We're great engineers. We, said Nika. And guess what? What, said his dad. The rocket to Jupiter is next. Me, said Nika. Look, she's got her spacesuit on already. Do you think they're going to be able to build a rocket that goes all the way to Jupiter? Maybe. Why not? They've built a flying machine that could go across the yard. The end. Okay, friends, let's do a quick song, okay? I'm going to set aside my chair, and I am going to walk back here. Look around for snakes. Okay, let's do the elevator song. Okay, ready? Take a big deep breath. Oh, the city is great. Oh, the city is grand. There's a lot of tall buildings on a little piece of land. We live way up high on the 52nd floor. And this is what we do when we go out the door. Take the elevator up, take the elevator down, take the elevator up, take the elevator down, take the elevator up, take the elevator down, and we turn around. And now let's do it in super slow motion. Ready? Oh, the city is great. Oh, the city is grand. There's a lot of tall buildings on a little piece of land. We live way up high on the 52nd floor. And this is what we do when we go out the door. Take the elevator up, take the elevator down, take the elevator up, take the elevator down, take the elevator up, take the elevator down, and we turn around. And now we are going to do it the opposite of slow, which is super duper 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 fast. Okay, ready? Let's take a big deep breath. Oh, the city is great. City is grand. A lot of buildings down, a little piece of land. We have way up high on the 52nd floor. And this is what we do when we go out the door. Take the elevator up, take the elevator down, take the elevator up, take the elevator down, take the elevator up, take the elevator down. We turn around. Yay! Ooh, it was fun to actually have the space to really jump up and down this time. Okay, our next story today is Rosie Revere, Engineer by Andrea Beatty. Oh, wait. I didn't do the dust jacket reveal. So we have a dust jacket. I'm going to take the dust jacket off. And we have another really exciting cover underneath. Oh, we have such good covers today on these books, don't we? Look, so this one we've got Rosie, and there seems to be some sort of person with giant floating pants. And then on this cover, I think maybe these are some of the things that she has built. This is the story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lilla Greer's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie sat shyly, not daring to speak. There she is. But when no one saw her, she peeked in the trash, for treasures to add to her engineer's stash. And late at night, Rosie rolled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under the eaves. Do you know what that means, her hideaway under the eaves? It means she has a spot where she would like to hide away and build up in the attic. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, dear Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines far under the bed where they'd never be seen. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair swooping over one eye and made fine inventions for uncles and aunts, like a hot dog dispenser and helium pants. So the flying pants we saw on the cover, those are helium pants. And here's a hot dog dispenser. Looks like there's a hairdryer that heats up hot dogs, and then some doll hands that squeeze mustard onto them. The uncle she loved most was zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep snakes off his head, from parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps pythons away. Did you know that about cheddar cheese spray? Do you think that that's true? If you went into the Amazon rainforest with cheddar cheese spray, would you not have to worry about pythons? And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud. But Fred slapped his knee, and he chuckled out loud. Has that ever happened to you? You made something that you're really excited about, and you're so proud, and you show it to a grown-up, and they laugh at it? How does that feel? That can be a really hard feeling, right? That you took something very seriously, and they think it's silly or funny. You might feel like they're laughing at you. He laughed till he wheezed and his eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat and then looked away. I love it, Fred hooted. Oh, I truly do. But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. He might love it too, but not for the reasons she wants him to. I think she wants him to love it because it's a really good, serious hat for keeping pythons away. And I think he loves it because she built this really cool thing that to him is kind of funny and silly, because I don't think cheddar cheese really keeps pythons away. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day, kept her dreams to herself. And that's how it went until one autumn day, her oldest relation showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rose was a true dynamo who'd worked building airplanes a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of things she had done and goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked to the sky. The only thrill left on my list is to fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. So I'll chalk that one up to an old lady's dreams. So she's always wanted to fly a plane. She never got to do it, and she thinks that she's never going to get to. That night, Rosie lay wide awake in bed. A daring idea crept into her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her aunt fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, "No, not I." But questions are tricky, and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached and red streaks lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. She worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be. Do you see that? She built it out of hula hoops and an armchair, and she has skateboards down here, doll heads for the controls, and then a fan, and then it looks like she's got some more cheddar cheese spray, like all good inventions do. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The helio cheese copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. So did it fly? It did, for a moment. Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. She laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears. Uh-oh. But how does Rosie feel? All to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, oh no, never, not ever again will I try to build something to sputter or spin, or build with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and never will I be a great engineer. How does she feel? Maybe embarrassed? Again, kind of like her uncle. With her uncle, she tried really hard, and the grown-ups around her are laughing. She turned round to leave, but then Great-Great-Aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close, and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. You did it! Hooray! It's the perfect first try! Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. I failed, said dear Rosie. It's just made out of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. Yes, said her great aunt. It crashed. That is true. But first it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, let's get busy and on to the next. Oh. Sometimes the first time you try something is going to be a flop. Do you know what that means? It means it doesn't work at all. But that doesn't mean you don't keep trying, right? Like Jabari, when he was building his flying machine, the first one crashed, and then he tried making it lighter, and then he tried making the ramp taller, and then he tried adding more power by making the volcano solution, and then he tried adding bigger wings. So the first was a flop, and then he had another flop, and another flop, and another flop, and another flop, until he figured out how to make it work. She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rose tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear, to dream the bold dreams of a great engineer. At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 build gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. And look, what do they make? It looks like this one made shoes out of, it's hard to, they're maybe hot water bottles or whoopee cushions, and made a helmet covered in mirrors so he can see behind his head. And she made, look, it's like a traveling disco ball, and shoes with giant springs on them. And this looks like kind of like a scooter built out of a log. And then here is Great-Great-Aunt Rose flying their flying machine. The end. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me this morning, way out here in the middle of the forest. We are going to sing our goodbye song. We're going to clap our hands. Ready? Can you clap your hands, your hands, your hands? Can you clap your hands? Clap, 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 clap. Can you stomp your feet, your feet, your feet? Can you stomp your feet? Stomp, 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 stomp. Can you wiggle your fingers, your fingers, your fingers? Can you wiggle your fingers? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Can you kiss with your lips, your lips, your lips? Can you kiss with your lips? Kiss, 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 kiss. Can you wave bye, 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 bye? Can you wave bye, 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 bye? Have a wonderful Saturday, my friends, and I will see you all live next week.